This is a Distillery Channel Network production, bringing you thedistillerychannel.com. Well, fans, I'm all alone in the studio today, and this is Randy Weckerly with thedistillerychannel.com. My co-conspirator is her hat's on her microphone. Jean Latham is in the field somewhere in Wisconsin. Jean, are you there?
I am, but I'm not sure where.
What?
I'm not sure where. I am outside of historical Sauk City, Curtis Sac area, Wisconsin. I am like in central Wisconsin right now, just near Madison, Wisconsin. Having a few libations with my very dear friend Marlene today. Hey, Marlene, how are you today? I'm doing well, especially drinking wine. I'm really doing real well. I don't even think it was the wine so much. It wasn't the wine as much as the bottle wine. It was all the tastings that we had before we got to this bottle wine. That's true, yeah. I know. It all worked.
Well, my curiosity is getting the most of me. Do you have canned cuffs on yet? I mean, you don't have any bond money I need to send you or bail money? Or
I think I have about $150 of cash in my wallet right now and a couple of credit cards. How about you, Marlene? I got nothing, honey.
Yeah, well, you're only 2 hours away and I can head out, but I'm sort of busy for the weekend, so you're going to have to be good. Anyway, this is the distillerychannel.com coming to you from Wollersheim Winery. I think where young Jean Latham and her friend Marlene have been drinking all afternoon, strangely as that might seem. Today we're going to be featuring Wollersheim Winery, which is a little bit north of Madison, about 20 minutes. Is that right, Jean?
Yeah.
Do you know where you're at? I can send you a GPS signal or something. You know.
I can't hear you over the roaring of the motorcycles. There's some guys trying to get us to get on some bikes with them right now.
Oh, that's just awesome. Really, really good. Well, just leave I know you won't. Anyway, we'll get into the cocktail of the day a little bit later. Hopefully that you came up with something like that. Today, on today's show, we're going to talk about what's trending in Wisconsin, other than cheese curds, snowmobiles, LP tanks. And, I'm sorry? Jean, are you there? Are you there, Jean?
I'm here.
All right. Well, just curiosity. Give us the description of what the scenery looks like where you're sitting.
Oh, I hate to do it, too, because I know that you're sitting in our studio today, but I'm sitting in one of the most beautiful locations here. There's a winery that's, at least 100 years old that has been renovated, and we're sitting in a beautiful outdoor terrace area looking over the Wisconsin River, which is down below. We have about 80 degrees today, and the beautiful breeze, blue sky, sitting actually in the shade, but enjoying beautiful breeze coming through, grapevines all around us. I mean, it is really hard to describe. I hate to even do this, but I'll send you a video here in a little while of what the layout is. Pretty stunning, though.
Well, we really appreciate that down here in Illinois. I'm high atop our corporate tower, 48th floor, coming to...
You don't even have any hills in Illinois, do you?
Yeah. There's elevation changes of 2 to 3 feet in DeKalb County.
We're on a bluff. Just so you know, we're up on a bluff right now.
I'm not exactly sure why my passport didn't work this past weekend, but apparently it didn't. So anyway, I had to sit here. Somebody has to be responsible for doing the show and making...
I am doing field testing.
That is... Marlene is going to be your guidance counselor, right, Marlene? Because you actually...
Absolutely. Right.
Yeah, well...
Whatever anybody says is good with me. I'm good.
Good. Well, I'm sure the guys will be circling the Harleys any moment, and
we're waiting for us. They're waiting for us right now down at the bottom of the hill.
That's just awesome. Well, that's great. We like to have fun when we're out on the road, and I'm sure sometime just send me where to send your check, Gene, because they're huge. And anyway, what we're going to be doing here after about the next 30 seconds, we're going to take a short break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk Wollersheim Winery with the young Jean Latham, probably doing her last show from Central Wisconsin, going to join a biker group, and her friend Marlene.
Never to be seen or heard from again.
Yeah, well, we're having a little Wisconsin music in the background right now, Jean, so on Wisconsin. I'll be coming back to you in just a minute. This is a Distillery Channel Network production, bringing you the distillerychannel.com. Well, coming back, this is Randy Weckerly with the distillerychannel.com, and we're still trying to find Gene Latham somewhere in central Wisconsin. So hopefully, Gene, are you still there, Gene?
I am here, Randy. I'm here. I'm here listening. I'm hanging on to every word that you're saying.
I'm sure you're not, actually not. So tell me about your day. You're in Marlene's day so far up there. What have you found nice about Wollersheim Winery?
Oh, you know what? I want to tell you about how it took what it took for us to get here. So obviously you're familiar with Lake Wisconsin area, which is where Marlene lives. So we took the only free ferry in Wisconsin across the river, drove up along the river to beautiful Wollersheim. So ferry takes about 10 minutes to cross, goes along railroad track where a lot of times you'll see trains running over parallel with you on the ferry. Beautiful drive, winding drive up along through beautiful Wisconsin countryside and
Uh-oh. Hold on just a minute, Gene. We've had...
Technical difficulties. Have you been drinking?
Absolutely. Go ahead, Gene. No, your microphone just fell off the table because you're not here to hold it, and I needed a little stability to keep myself around the table.
We all need a little bit sometimes. We do.
Hey,
before we go further into this dialogue here, I have to tell you, Marlene and I just listened to the funniest story of a lady that was sitting next to us. She talked about, do you remember the last episode that we talked about all of the positive things about day drinking?
Yes.
So this is a baby boomer lady that's sitting next to us, dressed very nice, and simply shared that she enjoys the possibilities of drinking day drinking much more than night drinking,
right?
Because you can go to bed earlier. So it supports the theory further again from the last episode that we did on our show.
Well, I'm glad that we're being informational and helping out America with their drinking habits.
And reaffirmed.
Absolutely. Affirmation is what we live for. When I was doing a little bit of reading about Wollersheim's up there, it's pretty amazing history. It says Wollersheim Winery sits on scenic hillside across from the Wisconsin River in Prairie du Sac. Not even sure what Prairie du Sac means, but in the 1840s,
It's a city. It's a city here. Sauk City and Prairie du Sac are like right adjacent to each other.
Well, that is exactly right, Gene, because the Hungarian nobleman Agustin Herasnithy, or whatever how you pronounce that, discovered the slope land where the winery sits today and planted it with grapevines. 1849, he followed the gold rush to California because he just felt that maybe there was more gold out there than in the wineries in central Wisconsin. It's got a great history. Seems like Robert and Joanne Wollersheim, 1972, bought the farm from Peter Kale's great-grandson and has what he has today.
The farm like passed away or something?
No,
so
no.
The farm, they died?
How long have you been? That's a terrible thing to say, Gene. I think if you walk around there.
That's bought the farm. I think it's bought the farm.
I think he checks the obituary every day just to make sure he's not on the list, and I don't think he's been there yet. So, God. So how many corks do you have in the glass right now, Gene?
Just one, Randy. But you know what? I have to tell you, though, we're going to have to cut this segment short because they also have a distillery here. They recently started making brandy. So we have to go over to the distillery relatively soon because they're only open until 5 o'clock, and we had a little bit of a late start.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a little bit on the segment on the winery here, and then we need to take a quick stroll over there so we can taste some of their brandy.
Now, are you strolling over there on hands and knees, or are you able to walk yet?
I'm comfortably. I think we're good enough. I think we'll walk. So far we can walk. There's nothing else. Pick us up.
Well, we've got about 3 minutes on this segment, so we're going to talk about wine. So, what's been the favorite wine so far?
Okay, well, we have a couple here. We actually had a great wine tasting before we started this little adventure today. So we tried some of their more popular ones. We had a white Riesling, which I'm typically not a Riesling drinker, but we decided that was pretty decent. They have a great white port, not great white port. It's called white port, but it's a great drink. We tried a blushing rose, which wouldn't be typically in my repertoire. And then we actually decided on, the bottle we decided on is a sister winery of Wollersheim Winery, which is called Cedar Creek. They're located right outside of Milwaukee. And we are drinking, and I'm going to hopefully pronounce this right. Maybe Marlene can help me. It's the Gewürztraminer.
Oh, my. Gewürztraminer.
Okay, we'll go with that. You're German, go with that.
So is Marlene there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, well, have her try it. Hold the microphone up to her and have her try it.
I'm not doing any better than Jean, I'll tell you.
Okay, try it. Go ahead, try it. The
Gewürztraminer.
Of course. Yeah. So now you're going to have to pay double for that bottle of wine because you can't even tell you what you're drinking. That's not good. I hope God.
I like it.
I'm sure.
Hey, did you know that the Wollersheim Winery is on the National Historic Site? Did you read about that? I know we're kind of jumping all over, but
jumping all over is something that I think.
We do best.
Yeah, I think it does. No, I did not know that, but I'm glad to know that. I have a whole bunch of facts and figures on the Wollersheim Winery. That is so many other things to do, actually, around the Wollersheim Winery. It's just actually amazing. If you did do a trip up there, it is other things for people to do. Devil's Lake State Park, Paul Frees Grand Natural Area.
It's like a tourist playground up here, only from a nature perspective. I was just telling Marlene when I drove down to our house today, there's bikers and boaters and campers and boats and bicyclists and walkers, and we live in as you mentioned, Devil's Lake State Park, which is quite nearby here. Great nature conservancy in the area. Ice Age Trail. There's ski hills in the wintertime. We have a number of restaurants, great restaurants. Obviously some local golf courses and breweries and you name it. For 6 months out of the year, this is God's country.
Well, the other thing is that Wisconsin's known for cheese, and within minutes of your area, 8 to 10, 15 minutes, you have the Cedar Grove Cheese Factory, a 100-year-old cheese factory with a store and occasional tours. I guess they only do it. I wonder why only occasionally. How would you know?
About 3 minutes from here, you have the fabulous Wittenbach meat market, and they make their own sausage and brats and fabulous meat.
Well, that is good to know. What are the other things that we have here? They have the Keller's Cornucopia. I'm not even sure what they do there. They don't even say. It's near the Merrimack Ferry. Cameo Antiques, Wilderness Game, and KU's shop. I don't even know what that is. Blue Spoon Cafe is a place to eat. Green Acres Restaurant.
That's one of my favorite places. That's actually right on the Wisconsin River.
Yeah.
And tonight, Marlene and I are going to a really cool, actually like do you remember the old nightclubs when you were a kid?
You know what, Gene? We just did a segment, and right after this, you go down and get that favorite cocktail drink because we're going to be looking for the favorite cocktail at Wollersheim Winery. This is Randy and Gene. We're going out right now. Bye-bye. Coming soon, the DistilleryChannel.com, along with our award-winning Where to Play Golf radio team, will be traveling to great destinations like Hawaii, the Golden Isles of Georgia, Napa and Sonoma, and even Lake Tahoe. Even more spectacular, you can now sign up to join us on our 2016 Station for Vacation listener trips created for you, our loyal fans. Join myself, Randy Weckerly, and Gene Latham of the DistilleryChannel.com, along with Where to Play Golf's Michael Stewart, America's #1 golf course writer, and Tim Bona, travel correspondent, as we venture to these world-class destinations. Joining us on these trips will be golf iconic LPGA Hall of Famer Nancy Lopez and her Nancy Lopez Golf Adventure Team. Learn the finer points of golf and enjoying life while sharing one-on-one moments with Nancy and her team, and learn what makes a real pro tick. Sign up now and get more information about our fall and spring upcoming trips. More information can be found at thedistillerychannel.com. That's thedistillerychannel.com. All right. I got young Gene Latham on the other end here, coming to you from the Wollersheim Winery. I love it. I love it. Young Gene and young Marlene. Coming to from Wollersheim Winery. They've been all oiled up. Well, I guess graped up would be a better way to say it over at the winery. Now we find ourselves in the distillery, and we are going to be talking about the best recipe that they've run into, and I'm sure they've tried many. So anyway, take it away, Gene and Marlene.
This is like a libation. It's like a libation. What do I want to say? Like, if you had the best of two worlds, where you can have both the best cocktails, both spirits and wine at the same place, we found it today. We hit the jackpot.
Oh, wait a minute. I got the name of this cocktail. I can see it right in front of me. It's one we talked about last week. It's called the Pink Panty Pull Down. Yeah?
No.
No, it's no. Wait a minute. I got it here. It's called the buttery nipple. Buttery nipple. Is that it?
No, actually, Marlene came up with a great one. What was the one that you were just talking about?
I heard it. She told me it's the Screaming Orgasm. That one.
Screaming Orgasm.
Yeah.
I like that one. I'd even like a quiet one. I don't care.
If the old rule is if she screams 4 times, she's had a good evening. So.
Well, we have a little tater drink for you today.
All right.
So we were really hoping for a good old Wisconsin old fashioned today.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they did not have them on tap today. So we are drinking a Wollersheim Smooth Dance. So again, not as fancy as we've talked about in terms of cocktail recipes in the past, but still a good name. It's a great name.
What is it called?
It's called the Wollersheim Smooth Dance, and I'll let Marlene here describe it to you.
Young Marlene coming to you. Marlene, where do you live these days?
I'm down in Merrimack.
Merrimack.
I'm almost on Lake Wisconsin. It's beautiful. I love it.
All right. Well, go ahead, Marlene. Tell us what you got.
All right. It is 1 ounce of Wollersheim Dantal Appleseed Blanche.
What?
1 ounce.
What?
I don't know what the hell that is.
Say it in English, Marlene.
Well, it's getting a little late in the day for me to talk.
All right. Put your tongue back in your mouth, Marlene, and let's start again.
1 ounce of quince and apple citrus syrup. 2 to 3 ounces of ice water. I don't know what the hell that's for.
Yeah, just throw that away. Go ahead.
I know. And that's it. You know, you just kind of mix that up and shake it a little bit.
And you go home. And you go home pregnant. It's awesome.
Possibly. And you drink it on the rocks.
Wow.
Chocolate with it. I can't talk now. Chocolate
Jesus.
with ice water. This is what happens when you send me out in the field, Randy.
Well, you head north, go to Wisconsin, and we got to find the great places to take people. And this has nothing to do with our normal way of doing things because we are very organized on every one of these other shows. Never. God.
We are.
No, we're not.
We're not. Up here quite a bit.
Yeah. No. So anyway, tell us a little bit about the distillery that you're in. Are you in it or outside or what?
We were in it, and now we're outside of it, sitting out on their veranda, overlooking beautiful Wisconsin bluffs here. But yeah, actually, the Wollersheim Distillery has been relatively new. It dated back to the 1800s, and they started making brandy back then. But there was that whole prohibition deal.
Yeah.
But it's kind of stopped in place. Actually, I think they closed the place down, and they had to I think they actually farmed this area for a while.
They did.
But
yeah.
in 2009, they allowed, in the state of Wisconsin, they allowed wineries to start distilling again. So they opened this up. So it's been going on 7 years. They actually, their signature brandy is called, and I'm hoping I'm pronouncing this correctly, Motorcycles, again, if you can hear them in the background. It's a Coquard. It's a French brandy. And that is their signature. That's a signature brandy that they make. Really fantastic old fashions, like I said. I'm very saddened today, both Marlene and I were, but they did not have those on tap. So that means another trip back, right, Marlene?
Absolutely.
I think so.
Maybe tomorrow, maybe Monday.
Well, it sounds that you're going to have a driver, or you might not be leaving tonight. So, the adults will we're going to sip responsibly, right, girls? Yeah, that'll never happen. I know that. But
absolutely. We always sip responsibly.
Right, yeah.
I will tell you, though, I tried to find an Uber out here. No Ubers. You got to call a friend. You got to phone a friend out here.
I heard that the Uber drivers up in Wisconsin are paid in cheese curds. Is that true?
Possibly. Right, by the way. Fried cheese curds.
There's a land of cheese curds and great anyway, great times. So one of the things I was reading,
great people. Everybody's great. Everybody's so friendly. You know what? I have to talk to you a little bit about the reason there's motorcycles around here today. So many of them. They do a very large, and this thing's been going on for I don't know how many years. But this is one of their featured stops. There's only 2, I think, 2 alcohol stops at the whole ride, but it's the MDA ride, which is for muscular dystrophy.
Well, that's great.
This has been going going on for a long time, and I can't tell you how great people we've met up here today. Just, couples and guys and groups of people, and all out, raising money. They all do it independently, raise money, and donate it back to the MDA Foundation.
Wow. Well, how many people are sitting out there on the veranda at this point in time?
Well, it's close to closing time,
Yeah.
so there would be Marlene and I.
That's
and there
it?
was another couple that just left. But I have to tell you, though, we're also sitting out here in the baking sun. It's, it's 80 degrees, but it's pretty warm. Sun's beating down on us right now. A lot of these guys are in leathers, if you know what I mean.
I'm sure. Well,
That's why we're sitting here.
Yeah.
And so it's a little warm. So a lot of them are liking going in and sitting in the air conditioning for a little bit. So we're actually out here alone right now.
yeah, so do they have like anything to eat on the veranda, or do you have to eat inside, or are you going out for dinner, or what's going on tonight?
Oh, we're going out for dinner. We're going to a great nightclub here. I don't know if nightclub's the right word. I think I mentioned, remember back when we were kids and you used to go to those places with your mom and dad, and there was like the land of sky blue water, I think it was like PBR or Hams or something.
I think I was paying.
Yeah.
Land of sky blue water.
We're going to go to a place like that tonight. It's an old restaurant, very established in the area, and I am pulling a blank right now on the name of it.
Sits on the lake.
This is on the lake. Is that where we're headed?
Yeah.
So we are. We're going to have some good old Wisconsin food tonight.
Well, we're going to be wrapping the show up in about 30 seconds, Gene and Marlene. We really appreciate everything you've had to do. I know you had to work really hard sitting in the sun and tasting all that wine.
But somebody had to do it.
Well, we know, and we thank you here at the distillerychannel.com. We are taking applications today for filling Gene's role here beginning next week. And
No.
No?
I don't
No?
think so. We're staying in the traveling correspondence role.
Well, I guess we'll allow that to be called in. Anyway, Gene Latham and her sidekick Marlene. Gene and Marlene coming to you from Central Wisconsin. It's a little 30-minute feature we did on Wollersheim Winery, Central Wisconsin, just north of Madison, south of the great Devil's Lake area where 2 million people go every year. Thank you, Gene. Thank you, Marlene. It's been a great show.
Thanks, Randy.
You
Have
bet.
fun.
All righty. Bye-bye. All right. Bye-bye. DistilleryChannel.com performance, copyrighted 2016.